Hi guys, Poundland today. Sun Catchers, 3-pack for £1, and the wind-driven tulips, also £1. Nice fiberglass tube. So what we're going to do is make a rubber band powered car. Just using 2 of these for the body chassis. I'm going to have to enlarge that hole a little bit. So I'm going to use that as an axle tube to go through and hold one of the axles, front or back. Well, it'll be the front. I'm just deciding whether I'm going to make that the front or that the front. Really won't make a lot of difference. Just depends how difficult it is to enlarge the hole and whether it'll crack. Might be better to enlarge that one because we've got more area to play with. So we'll enlarge that, and then I'm going to glue this axle tube through there. Use Superglue and baking powder. I have to make those holes bigger anyway. So we need the front axle or back axle to go through there, which we'll be using. Probably use that one that we've used before out of a toy car. It will go through there all right at the moment, but they haven't actually twisted these quite far enough. They're not in the same alignment. Yeah, okay, well, we might have to open those holes up a bit. I shall untie these carefully, because I've just had an idea. This is elastic. I wonder if it'll be strong enough to actually power the car. That'd be an interesting twist. If we can undo it. It's not very strong, but that would just be interesting if we can do it. Right, back in a minute when I've drilled the holes. I'll have to cut this to length. Yeah, I'll do that. Oh, for the axle for the front wheels. Ah, yeah, right. Thanks, because I was thinking of using this toy car wheel, or a pair of them, as the front wheels. And they won't have clearance at the back there. So I'll enlarge these. Yep, I'll enlarge these, push that through, glue it in place. This is a bicycle spoke, that's thin enough to go in there. So, yeah, back in a minute. Use my favourite tool, a nail on a stick. Heated that up to enlarge the holes at the end there. Cut a length off of this fiberglass tube. So that's going to be my front axle tube, which should fit in there. Yeah, it does fit in there. Right, I've just got it clamped to hold it vertical, or that end of it vertical. And then this end, we're going to glue. So I'll position the camera low down so you can see what I'm up to. So we want some glue. some baking powder. More baking powder. I'll brush that off and put a bit more on there. You've got the general idea. Right, that's ready. That's quite rigid. It will break if you hit it. It'll shatter eventually. But it is like concrete. Super glue and baking powder. You will get super glue on your fingers when you're playing around like that. Don't panic. Yes, your fingers will stick together, but give it a little while and you'll be able to peel the super glue off your skin. Like sunburn. So don't panic. It will come off. But if you try and just pull it apart, then you probably will hurt yourself. Okay, so that's the front axle tube. Front axle, I've got a bicycle spoke here, which happens to be the right diameter for these particular wheels. And I've cut it to length. So that's going to go through there. A little bit of a gap left there. Back end, I've got some drinking straws cut up for spacers to make sure the wheels don't rub against the side of the bodywork there. Again, you could make the wheels, or you could use CDs, or you can make them from cardboard. I'm just using these for simplicity. Rubber bands, I've got some joined together there. So, round the front axle tube, through itself. There we are, tied to the front axle. At the back end, over the top, wrap it round a little bit so it goes over itself, and that holds it in place. So we can wind it up. And away we go. So, let's see how straight that's going to run. That works. Well, that works. So we've got a couple of plastic wind catchers from Poundland. It's a pack of 3 for £1. The front axle tube is off a Poundland tulip that's supposed to spin in the sun, but it's a nice fiberglass tube. Front wheels off of a toy car with a bicycle spoke as the axle. Back wheels off a different toy car, and we got paper drinking straws cut to length there just to keep the wheels away from the bodywork. That's it. Job done.